I think this is step one of 1,000 steps to change the culture. The culture doesn't change just because you replace a CEO. If everybody wishes it was that simple, but it's not. It starts with the top, but then you have to define what's the aspirational culture. What are the behaviors that bring that culture to life that we need to permeate throughout the organization? And then how are we going to change the organizational model elements, such as performance management, decision rights, structure, to actually motivate and influence people to exhibit those new behaviors. So it's a long process, and this is a good start, but there's a lot more to be done. I think when he went on leave, I liken it to grounding a child, where they're in trouble, but you don't know if when they're done and they come back, if their behaviors are actually going to change. So resigning and leaving the organization is a clear signal to customers, to employees, that Uber is serious about changing. Behavior is going to change. Culture is going to change. The organization is going to change the way it acts going forward. And I think that's the type of signal that you needed to put out in the market. I think we all would like to believe that changing the CEO would immediately have an impact. I think the impact it has right now is just around the confidence level. People believe that things are going to be different, but really drivers and customers are not going to feel the full effects for 3 to 4 months. The changes have to be identified, they have to be implemented, and then they'll start to feel the effects. A culture is not going to change just by moving one person. It starts at the top, but then you also have to define what's the future culture, what is the aspirational culture, what are the behaviors that bring that culture to life, and then the passengers and drivers aren't going to feel the effect in the short term. And the long term, as a new CEO comes in and they set new guidelines, new behaviors, new culture, then they will start to feel the impact. But I think that's 3 or 4 months down the road. Uber's passengers aren't going to feel the full effect of replacing a CEO. It's not that simple. What they will feel right now is just a confidence change. They believe now that Uber wants to be different because they've replaced the CEO. But as far as the service and how they're treated and other elements of Uber, the customers are not going to really feel that for 3 to 4 months.
That was awesome.